Hi friends, my name is Griselle and I'm here to do another reading for you. This is going to be collective and we're going to see if it resonates with you. If it does, please let me know in the comments below. And here we go. Show me what I need to see for this connection. Show me what I need to see. Show me now. Oh, nice. Okay. We're going to take them as they come. And these guys flip on their heads. So I have the Fool, taking a chance, Matriarch, Queen of Discs, which came out reversed, and the Devil. Typically, I would view the Devil as having obsessive energy. I'm almost feeling like you could be in no contact right now with this other person, if you're asking about a person, or if you were drawn to this reading with someone else in mind. Yeah, the Lovers, okay? So the no contact, that's exactly what I was feeling. Let's get a little bit more information here. Show me what I need to see. Why is the Queen of Discs here? Reverse, please. The Matriarch. Show me why this is here regarding the connection, and show me now. Futility. Okay. So I'm feeling like this person is feeling despondent. Perhaps wanting to go about things in a different way that it should be gone about, if that makes sense. Because typically this is my lone wolf, but the fact that I have futility, it almost seems like it's like, well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if you are thinking about a particular person right now when you came to this video, then I'm going to say that they are maybe feeling a little bit depressed and feeling like they're giving up. And you know, we all go through different stages of emotion, so it doesn't mean like that won't change and the mindset won't change tomorrow or even later today at whatever time it is that you are watching this. The Devil is disengaging from being enslaved from a thought process or behavior or addiction in general. And so I would say that part is good, and wanting to do their own thing is good, and then maybe perhaps not wanting to take a chance. I mean, good is really a subjective word, isn't it? So show me why the Seven of Swords is here, please. Why is the Seven of Swords here right under or above the Lovers? And show me now. Indolence. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, so it's, you know, typically in a traditional tarot, this is about walking away. So I'm thinking that your person is like, you know what, I'm going to do it my way. No one's going to tell me how to do it, whatever it is. And I am feeling like a lot of you guys are perhaps in no contact. So perhaps that's why they're deciding, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm not going to have any contact and I'm not willing to take a risk right now. And there is no loyalty at this point in time. So for those of you that are hoping for different news, I apologize. I'm just going to give it to you straight as I see it. So the Knight of Cups also with victory. So I feel like with the Knight of Cups, you know, this person could be really busy chatting up other women, chatting up, well, if it's same sex, it could be chatting up another guy, or whatever the case may be. Sex doesn't really matter. It's all about the energy, and so they could be out like having a good time, having drinks, really focused in the moment is what I'm feeling. They're not focused on anything. They're not focused on like any level of commitment. They're not focused on any decisions. It's really kind of like the match in the hand kind of a mindset right now. Yeah, so I feel like even with this, just has like a really Jackie O vibes. I love these cards, you guys. And so this could be a little bit like an undercurrent. So perhaps this person's already attached, if they're your husband, your wife, that kind of a thing, but they're MIA, that's what they're out doing. There's pretty much they're doing other people. I hate to say it like that. And then victory, yeah, person's like the lone wolf. This person's like, don't tell me what to do. I am going to do things my way, and there is no other way, and there's no discussion about it. No, can we talk about it, think about it, or let's explore the whys or the ins and the outs. It's just really, they are kind of just in their feelings. Like, I feel like for most of you guys, sexual feeling, okay? Yeah, okay, the seducer, duh, okay. What else do we have here? Completion. So this is a completion of a cycle. This cycle, pardon me, so this cycle definitely has been completed, and I feel like this could be perhaps more referring to their cycle than your own. So if you're in a commitment with this person, or it could also be that this person is already in a commitment and you guys had some form of engagement that involved perhaps like some obsession, some wanting to take a risk, a chance, that kind of a thing, and a victory. So perhaps they were the seducer in your story as well, and then they conquered, so there was a conquest there, and then they decided just to kind of walk away, and that's why the silence. But it's not even the fact that they're like focused on any one person, it's just they're focused on the need of the hour. And so I hate to put it that way, but I'm definitely going to be telling you what I see, okay? Show me what I need to see. Excuse me. Why is the devil reversed in this connection, please? This could be also like a Capricorn displaying their worst possible traits instead of their positive ones, like digging in their heels, and it's like being obtuse in my way, the highway, that kind of a thing. Or this can simply mean that they are meandering through life at this point in time. Show me what I need to see. Why is this devil reversed here, please? Show me now. The Fool. So, and with that, I just feel like, look, we have the Fool, and then we have the Fool. So it's like with you, they don't want to take a chance currently, right now, but they're out taking chances. So they're not obsessing over you or the marriage, if you're married or if you're in a partnership together. They're definitely going out and doing them, so to speak, okay? 10 of Cups. So this can definitely be somebody who chases after emotions and chases after the feeling of completion. Like, wow, this feels really good at the moment in time, especially with like the drinks vibes and getting their drink on, things like that. Nothing wrong with that. That's, you know, everybody's individual choice and whatnot. I think that there's something that they view as, is the word antiquated, like this is really old, kind of like having the family, the house, the family, and everything else is just really so old. That's so yesterday. That's so not at all what I'm about. That kind of a thing, those values, I feel like don't really hold a lot. Yeah, they don't hold a lot for this person. So this person could be really, really kind of edgy, progressive, however you want to call it. They could go against like mainstream, like have open relationships or open marriages, or be in a poly sort of a situation, however you want to call it. So the Knight of Swords are really quick to act, and the Page of Swords just like quick to kind of deduce what it is that is on their plate or within their sights. And I feel like there's just an element of kind of childishness about it, simply because it's like, okay, let's go conquer. Oh, bink, they're shiny, let me run towards it and conquer. As you see, they don't have the tip of the sword, neither one of them does. And so this person can really act on haste, not really even think about the consequences later. They can really act and be in the moment with having like drinks and whatever appears to be shiny at the time. And so I feel like whenever they do conquer, then they kind of hit the reset button and continue about their business of, oh, look, shiny, let's take a peek at it, let's research it, let's run towards it, let's conquer it, let's have fun, and then completion, and on and so forth. Okay, yeah. So if you are here regarding a different person, then you're a deep thinker with a high level of emotional intelligence and awareness. Your vibration creates a ripple effect which makes others more aware of their own emotions. Okay, so apparently this has something to do with the story, and I don't exactly quite know how that fits in, so we will find out. Okay, but I happen to have this flipped up, so I'm just going to flip it over so I don't continue taking cards from the same deck without intentionality. And so we have discernment. You're very particular about the type of person you let in, very protective of yourself. Others feel they must approach you right, which makes it hard to fool you. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. It's like if you guys have had a connection whatsoever, and the fact that she's got all these crystals on her forehead tells me that maybe you're very discerning, that you're able to kind of see like the wolf in sheep's clothing, and maybe you took a risk and maybe you didn't. But regardless, it's like you knew sort of like what was up to begin with, is the vibe that I'm getting. And also, yep, yeah, so whatever connection you had, I'm just going to say there's a radical change. Like something transpired between you, whether you went on a date or just talked on the phone or whatever, that was like a radical change. And at this point in time, the person is not at all focused on you. There's a ton of clouds right here. Very nebulous. It's like wanting to kind of sow your oats and wanting to conquer all at once. What else do we need to know? Why is the Death card here, please? Show me now. Ooh, the Tower. So this whole thing is coming down. I'm not sure. Let's pull another one. Okay, with the Star. And what else? Why is this Tower here and the Star? And the Magician. So they're trying to bring about something. I'm not entirely sure. Hi. Yeah, it just totally fell just like that. They're trying to bring about something into like the 3D life to manifest something. And it almost feels like it's an exercise in futility, because no matter how they turn, it just doesn't work out. Now, what fell beyond that was the Fool as well. They're not wanting to take chances. This is about manifesting what they have in their minds into real life, wanting to bring it into the real world. And of course, we have the Tower here. It's like it's not realistic, whatever it is that they're attempting to manifest, to take a risk on, that they perhaps have gone back and forth and decide to take a chance on, or decide to take a chance with someone else. It just kind of, I feel like it's a cycle of, it just kind of erupts and everything topples. It's like, I want this, you know, beautiful thing, this healing energy. I want things to really work out. I want to manifest what I have in my mind. I want divine protection with what it is I'm manifesting. Indeed, I have all the tools at my disposal, they think, to bring about what it is that I want. And they continue kind of chasing, because this is like really appealing and attractive. And yet every time they try to make it into being and manifest, the cards just literally all fall down, right? Then we have the Tower. It's like built on shaky ground. Everybody falls from their tower. Yeah, and so this person, I feel like, can be going after a lot of different people, just wanting to go by the flavor of the day or the flavor of the month or flavor of the moment, whatever the case may be, as indicated right here by the Seducer. And so it's more about the conquest and perhaps maybe fitting an ideal that they would like, that's in their minds but isn't really realistic. Yeah, see, when you see here, it's like cooperation. I want cooperation, collaboration, in order to have things my way. Let's see a little bit more about this. Why are these cards here for this connection, please? Why are these cards here? Oh, hi. Okay. So we have the Ace of Disc, and that's a really powerful image. I love this one. So this is about depositing time, energy, effort, and this person feels like any effort that they do, it's monumental. It's a monumental effort. It's almost like doing like leg crunches or bench pressing with their legs, or I don't even know. But it takes a lot of effort just to focus on one thing, and they're willing to give one token in order to see if it's going to pan out or not. But they quickly withdraw if they see that that isn't going to work for them. Bottom of the deck, I have pleasure. So if you're inquiring about your person or a person, this person is definitely a pleasure seeker. They're definitely in the moments. They definitely could be somebody that enjoys their drink or partaking in, let's say, like weed or acid or whatever else is out there. So this person also, because I'm also looking at like the wedding rings, marriage can mean absolutely nothing to them, or a commitment can mean nothing to them. So this is pretty much somebody who is chasing after, I don't know, the next high. Maybe they're even a nymphomaniac, or somebody with a libido that they can't control or contain, and that's the only thing they think about. So they always wonder, it's like, if I meet you, you know, are you freaking the sheets? Can I conquer you? That kind of a thing. And that's on the top of their mind. I feel like they have a pretty exterior, and yet they bury the rest in order to be acceptable, like socially acceptable friends and family, that kind of a thing. So, in other words, they could be a little bit of a hoe. Princess of Discs. So, the kindergarten teacher, all right? And so I feel like in some ways, perhaps this could be a reference to you. This could be like, I feel like kind of going back to childhood, going back to basics, kind of enjoying the things that are a little bit more like structured or a little bit more traditional. And your person can be looking at that going, that's so kindergarten, that's so old, that's so vintage, that kind of a thing. Now we have a different star right here. So here's another star, which is kind of interesting. I didn't expect to see that. And I feel like that one is coming out more like representing you. It's just having an idea. It is this vibe of like healing, of perhaps even getting out of the gutter, leaving the gutter, and healing, and surpassing people's expectations. I feel like even if you were taken in by the seducer, per se, let's just put it that way, that they see you kind of just raising above it and just saying, well, you know, that's a gutter, and sometimes we've got to cross it or wade through it to get to the other side, and I'm not going to trip over it. So I feel like they could be perceiving that to be, I think, you as well. Now I'm being led to all of these like 2 liter, is it 2 liter bottles of liquid being spilt here, and they just so happen to look like the star. And it just seems to me like you have the ability to turn anything into like this water into almost like lemonade, or be able to really kind of have a different perspective of things. And that has something that has kept you moving, keeps you moving. And with this moving, I feel like even though there might be like no contact or cold contact right now, as far as like being removed or distant or whatever, there is a form of worry from this other person. It's almost like, well, I want my cake and I want to be able to eat it too. If they are, you know, in a situationship or a partnership currently, it's like, yeah, they kind of want that kindergarten teacher when they're right next to it. But then they also want every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Jane that comes around that kind of sparks any interest whatsoever. And so, you know, and that's cool. I mean, if that's your lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. But there's no staying, there's no staying power right here. As of right now, they're focused on their abundance, and their abundance is having a good time and having many good times, not just a good time. I even feel like, even though this is a cake, it feels to me almost like a bed, like this is a headboard, this is a footboard, that kind of a thing. And it's like, oh, hey, would you like to join us for threesome, that kind of a thing. So I have the indication of the 3 right here. A lot of party. This can even be talking about like 4th of July coming right up, right around the time that I'm filming this, in fact. So definitely focused on like celebrations, having a good time, having a great time, not focus on anything that is going to be other than like the senses of, oh, you know, this is what this person's like in bed, and so on and so forth. So the 9 of Gain. Yeah, so this is somebody, that's so funny. It's just somebody who, it looks like this is a sauna. Okay, yeah, because they have that little towel there, and then the little cucumbers and the rag balls. And this is almost stating that if this is your person, it's like, I want the best of all worlds. I want to be able to deal with the freaks in the sheets, and I want to be able to deal with the schoolmarm, and I want to have the unattainable, the ones that are perhaps a little bit witchy, or people in the healing arts, things like that. And then what they've set aside for themselves, I feel like they are attractive, they are self-confident, obviously, and everything else, but it's more like, I'm going to be single, and this is what I'm focused on. Focused on me, what gives me pleasure, what gives me comfort, that kind of a thing. Okay, the Princess of Wands. So they could love to play with fire and be a show off about it. Look, I got away with it. I'm going to flip this over so we don't continue taking cards here because I want to use a different deck. Okay, so playing with fire a little bit, a lot of it. And it's like the Princess of Wands. It's almost like there's not a lot of maturity to this energy. So if you've encountered it, it could have been a case of like they perhaps listened a lot and definitely weren't like super honest or authentic about what it is that their agenda was. We've got the moon here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's hidden behind this facade, this like I want to party hardy, I want to enjoy my life, which there's nothing wrong with those things. As long as you don't drag everybody else into your shit. That's just my personal opinion. But they're willing to be like, hey, you know, I kind of was playing with fire and I got away with this. And hey, so they could be kind of a braggart, like a humble brag is what I'm feeling, okay? What else do we have going on? Sorry to break the news to you guys. If you were hoping for somebody who's like solid on your side, I don't see it here. But let's see how else this transpires, okay? Show me what I need to see. Why are these cards here? Why is the moon here in this reading? Why is the moon here in this reading, please? Show me now. I got 2 cards. Follower. Your influence is invisible. Too focused on others, supporter, admirer, believer. And benching. So putting someone on hold, has the potential but not yet sure. Waiting. Maybe the grass is greener. Yeah. So this person is like, you know, I'm not going to decide. I'm going to stick my fingers in all of the different cakes, all the different pies. Let's see how it goes. Supporter, admirer. Yeah, too focused on others. And so there's just a lot going on there. And I feel like vibrationally, you guys are not even the same. So I'd like to explore a little bit. Now we know about the other person. Let's see about you. So I've got the star here, the star there. And then with this girl like being benched, let's see what that's about. So benching. All right. Show me what I need to see. Why is the benching here for this reading, please? And why is the star here? It's almost they seem to watch you like elevate regardless and have just a lot of grace and poise and just continue on with your thing. I almost even feel like turned. A state of being wild, acting wildly, drugs, alcohol, sex, a crazy party, drunk and excited. Yeah, that was exactly what we were just talking about, wasn't it? And so I feel like even though they might know, because I don't feel like you're pursuing or chasing or going, you know, flying off the handle. The fact that they benched you, I kind of feel like the way her eyes are downcast and her body posture, she's extremely poised. And it's like, you know, I'm just still going to do me because I'm still a star. It doesn't matter if I got tangled up with dirt or somebody who can't make up their own mind or even control their libido, whatever you want to call it. It's like she's got her dancing shoes on and she's incredibly poised and she is just going to continue about her business. All right, so I feel like you're not even letting on that, you know, this is what I'm thinking or this is how I'm feeling, whatever the case may be. Let's get a little bit more. Let's use a different deck and let's find out a little bit more about the viewers. So the star card, 2 star cards, and benching. Show me a little bit more about the person watching this video. Show me more about this connection and I guess where they stand or anything we need to know, really. Let's just open it up. Show me more of what I need to see about thee and show me now. Virgo, witchy, analytical, perfectionist, details, critical, responsible, humble, orderly, insightful, alchemist, and health. Yeah. Wow, very, very Virgo vibes. That's cool. So I love that for you. And it just kind of denotes and it kind of brings into the forefront of like the 2 energies because you guys are definitely not of the same cloth whatsoever. These energies are not really meant to merge. And when they do, there might be like a combustion. but it's not something, like they can't get anything over on you. So they know that perhaps you are witchy and analytical, and maybe you do pay attention to details, and they could feel even that you're critical, very insightful, and they know that you're the alchemist already. Okay, the wolf moon, let's see what that's about. Ask your pack to assist you. Explore your own modes of expression. Be resourceful. Express yourself fully. Use intuitive instinct. Okay, follow your gut, your intuitive instinct here. And then sextile. Woo woo. Opportunity. Open doors. Collaborate. Supportive energies. Helpful abilities. Easy flow. Promises. And develop. So this might be that you have a possibility with someone else. Okay, so I feel like the energy that you were initially here for isn't anything that is ready for anything else. Okay, and I happen to kind of like move this over. Staycation, a vacation spent at home enjoying local attractions, mini vacay on a budget. Okay, so perhaps you're even considering going on a vacation, a staycation, just going out and doing your own thing and enjoying yourself. I feel like even like prayer, meditation, things like that might be important to you. And then third quarter, forgiveness, contemplation, reflection, revelation, introspection, revision. Changes are required. Keep trusting. All is not lost, and adjustments. Okay, so in spite of what I will tell you, I'm like, why would you even kind of pursue or keep this door open? Spirit's saying, yeah, maybe by the third quarter you might get more response, or this person might get burnt out from I don't know, like being out there and having like drunken sex with everybody else. If that's, you know, their thing, that's their thing. It would totally work if that was your thing, and then what's the big deal, right? But I'm not seeing that. So perhaps Spirit's saying that this person might reach a point where they get really introspective at a later point in time. I personally don't feel like it's good to wait on anybody. I'm like, if they are not your vibe, if they are not your tribe, then it's perfectly fine to move on, to kind of really focus on you. There is no point in waiting for someone to evolve into something that you hope. You can't date hope, you can't marry hope. You have to really just be factual. And there's a ton of people out there, and I would say that you're incredibly like poised and beautiful, and so there's no reason why you can't find someone, especially like with opportunities and doors opening. And maybe you're going to wind up collaborating with someone who has more of a energetic connection than this other person. Okay, but I feel like keep doing you. It's fine to be hopeful, but never pause. Don't ever put your life on pause for one person, because I feel like it's just bad decision making. Okay, what else do we need to know about this reading, please? Show me now. Put on blast, being publicly embarrassed, personal business exposed, exposing secrets, and called out. So you might want to be really careful, because this person might actually kind of put you on blast, or if you had a connection and it was more in the down low, they might just totally be open with that. They might be having drinks with people and running their mouth. I don't know. Obviously, everybody's going to be really different, and be sure that you only take what resonates with you. It's going to be really important that you just listen to your own intuition. So I've got shipping. They believe in the relationship, wishing you stay together, rooting for the partnership. I don't really see how that would work into this. But it's almost like they're used to people waiting on them to kind of come around or do their own thing, or other people, maybe even... Where is the wedding connection here? I guess I mixed them up. The one with the bride and the groom, like their long-term connections have like weathered through. Yeah, this one. Maybe perhaps everybody else has been like, oh, they'll come around, and, you know, they'll eventually come back to me, and that's okay with me. I really want this person. And they might be used to having people kind of wait on them, wait till they, quote, get it out of their system, unquote. because it seems like this person has a habit of hopping to and from, and then eventually comes home, that kind of a thing. But you know, that person's connected to somebody at home anyways, so I don't think it's a good idea. But let's see, any other thing about this connection, please? Does this connection have any hope? Because I feel like it's just better to make your own moves and be healthy mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But that is my intuition. So this connection, does it have hope for whoever is watching this video? Show me now. Venus, love, beauty, romance, art, harmony, relationships, wealth, luxury, style, attraction, female energy, and indulgence. That's kind of a question. I think it's just kind of a questionable thing. Questionable. Let's get out the Kipper and see if we can get any more details for you. And if you're enjoying this kind of a reading, this style, please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know so that we can keep coming with these babies for you, okay? Is there any hope for this connection? And why is the love, beauty, romance, art, harmony, relationships here? Show me now. That could be interpreted in so many different ways. The privileged lady, and this is kind of sideways. Okay, so this is about family. That is like family room. Things are going really, really well, and then they're not, then they are, then they're not, because it landed sideways. So it could be that they're taking into account their family, their home life, things like that. And there is a privileged lady. I would feel like that's almost like you, because all three were wearing white with the star and things like that. Maybe even you're married to this person, right? And maybe perhaps you're like hoping that your partner will change your ways because you want like a elevated kind of love. All right, I just had a jumper. Let's see. Show me what I need to see. In closing, please. Thank you. The Lovers. Okay, having to make a decision. We kind of know that. The Thief. All right. And I feel like almost like, you know, every time this comes out, it's almost like a different message. But this time when it comes out, I feel like the child's like, okay, I'm just going to grab this watch and kind of mosey along. And the child is, the implication is stealing. But I almost feel like it's stolen time. It's like maybe this person thinks that they're just stealing time from with other people. Like, there's no harm. I'm just stealing time. I'm enjoying myself. And I'm not having a care. Yeah, false person. Not really caring about other people whatsoever. It's more about what makes their boat float. And then the false person, you know, it's not even a bad idea. I don't even think that this person is bad. I just feel like with the expectation here, like this person's also in white, so they have a different expectation. And then this person is like a false person. They're definitely hiding behind masks, I think, placating or saying whatever it is that you want to say. Or for example, like if they married you, or you've been in a marriage or like a common law marriage or something like that, it's been like, yeah, okay, it's just you, that kind of a thing. And then they fail to meet your expectation. You know, maybe they even try to buy you off. There's like, oh, look, I'll get you in a car, or yeah, I'll take you to nice places and I'll change, you know, for a little bit, that kind of a thing. And that's been their path for a long, long time. So if this is you, you know, it's your story. If it is not you, do not make that story try to fit around your life. That would not make any sense whatsoever. Show me what I need to see for this connection. Once again, in closing, what else do we need to see? I just feel like there's a lot of immaturity in this person and you could do better. Move on. Honestly, if you're not married or whatever, or like living with them, I would just move on. What else do we need to see? Show me now. You need somebody who's equally yoked. Very, yeah. Happy endings. That's funny. End of a chapter. Okay, happy endings. That could have so many different connotations, especially when we're talking about, you know, being intimate with people and, you know, going to, you know, different places and having, maybe this person frequents like massage parlors and they go to have their happy endings, you know, which is a paid for thing. I mean, I don't know. That's going to be situational for each and every person. It's going to be a little bit different. So happy endings, I feel like that can even, imply that this chapter of your life has ended and that you're not entertaining that kind of a thing any longer. Or it can imply that, it's all about the happy ending. And so that ends a chapter for you. And they can continue with their happy endings because that's really what the real attraction has been all along. So that is what I am getting. Let's pull one last one. The sun, yay. Okay, conscious mind, masculine, and life force. So I feel like with this here, it's just really stating, oh my gosh, that this is going to be an ending. Okay, it's an ending, whether it's an ending of your expectation or an ending that you're going to continue waiting for someone. Maybe you've been waiting for years for your partner to kind of change their colors, and they haven't. That perhaps they've been like promising, okay, this time it'll be different, and it never is. But there's an element of like change, obviously, closing out a chapter, and maybe even not even just closing out a chapter, but a different book entirely. It's like time to do something totally different than what I have been sitting here expecting. I mean, like, you can't, for example, like expect a dog to meow. And so it's only logical that if that's their instinct and that's what they're focused on, they're just going to continue doing it. And so there's no point in them putting yourself through any drama, right? So I do feel like with the sun, you have, for most of you guys, I feel like you are going to kind of look at things exactly the way they are and choose to move on. And there's a lot of like nebulous clouds like behind the sun. And so maybe it's saying that you are going to actually break free and see the sun coming and peeking out through the clouds so that you can actually make clear and concise decisions. And bam, this is what I was waiting for. I was like, remember who you are. Return to the roots. It's like, who the hell are you? Who are you before all of this drama entered your life and all of the falsehoods and the pretenses and all of the games? And I feel like, yeah, running games, benching you, being unclear, even potentially like flat out lying. But this person, acting turn every time you hope for something different in this scenario, it comes back to the same thing. And they're still, being led and fueled by drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever the case may be, and still, in the end, wanting to be single and wanting to mingle for sure. And so perhaps this is just stating that in the end, remember who you are. It doesn't matter what other people do. And it's like, what's important to you. And I feel like that's going to be something that's going to be really enlightening, invigorating. I feel it's going to lift any depression or any sad feelings that you have or any hurt feelings. And again, a dog can't meow, just like a horse can't moo. I mean, those are all horrible examples. But it's like remembering who the fuck you are before you came into contact with this mess. And everybody makes mistakes. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. I feel like you're going to be really totally authentic about it, even naked and bare, like open about it. And just really do you. And I love that for you. Okay, super last message for you. Last messages for this reading, please. Why is the remember who you are in the sun here? Show me now. Wow, straight jumped. Okay, last two messages. Tease. You can suck people in without them even knowing. You showcase your sexuality, but only a few get a chance to play with you, making you a master in teasing. Okay, dimension traveling. You're able to open gateways to realms outside of the dimension. It can be discovered naturally, or it can be opened through the performance of rituals. Decide on your realm. Yeah, and I think that you're going back to your realm. It's like it's okay to play in the dirt and in the gutter once in a while if life happens or whatever the case may be. But it's like remembering who you are, and it's like, is that really what you want for yourself? And if it's not, then I would say pack it up, keep it moving, and if it is, then that is absolutely your choice as well. So with that, I hope that it has been helpful. Sorry it wasn't any better news that y'all were probably hoping for, but do smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see you soon. Namaste.